Hey everybody, are you ready for another deep dive? Today we're going inside the world of LSU basketball star Angel Reese through a conversation she had with her mom on her YouTube channel.
Hmm.
It's so cool to hear them just chat.
It is. It's
Yeah,
super casual, and you get like a totally different view of Angel than you do like in post-game interviews or anything like that.
totally. And
Yeah.
we see Angel on the court, but what about the family behind the scenes? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So we'll get into all that, like how her family navigated the crazy world of like youth sports and how things changed after the championship win.
Hmm.
But before we get there, we got to rewind a bit.
Okay.
Angel's basketball story doesn't start in college, right?
Right. This is like a girl who's basically been surrounded by basketball her entire life.
I mean, it makes sense with both of her parents having been basketball players.
Oh yeah, her dad played overseas, and then her mom was, well, she's a serious legend in her own right.
For real.
Inducted into the University of Maryland, Baltimore County's Hall of Fame.
Wow. I can't even imagine growing up with that kind of legacy in my family.
Oh my gosh, right? Like, can you imagine the pressure?
Oh, totally. But you know what? I bet little Angel was just dribbling around the court while her mom was coaching.
Oh, absolutely. Like a total natural,
Had to get an early start.
definitely. It's like a whole basketball dynasty.
Right.
Yeah.
But she actually didn't just stick to basketball, though.
She did gymnastics, softball, even ballet.
Wow, really?
Yeah, she tried it all. But that competitive spirit, that drive to win,
Oh, yeah.
it was always there no matter the sport.
So I feel like this brings us to a topic that probably a lot of people listening can relate to.
Okay.
The money part of youth sports.
Hmm.
Do you remember all that fundraising we did back in the day?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I sold so many candy bars.
Oh, yeah.
I even did a car wash once.
Oh, yeah.
But Angel and her teammates did something called tagging.
Tagging.
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know tagging, it's basically standing on a street corner asking for donations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they could pay for all their travel expenses, flights, hotels, tournament fees, equipment.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it adds up really quickly, and it can be a huge burden for families.
Angel's mom talks about spending hours and hours tagging, like rain or shine.
It's true.
It's crazy. I mean, you really see the dedication from the athletes and the parents.
Totally.
It kind of makes you wonder, though, like, what could we be doing to make youth sports accessible to everyone, no matter how much money their family has?
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Angel's story shows how sometimes there are these bigger issues that make it harder for young athletes to succeed, especially if they come from families that don't have a lot of money.
Right. And maybe we need to rethink how we fund these things, so that it's more about talent and less about money,
Definitely.
for sure. But, even with all that hard work, some things never change.
Like what?
Like arguing with your mom over the thermostat?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Angel likes it at 72 degrees all the time. Can you believe that?
That's hilarious.
I know. Like here she is, this amazing athlete, a national champion, and she's still having those classic mother-daughter arguments that we all know and love.
I love that. It's a good reminder that behind all the fame and everything, they're just a regular family with their own little quirks.
It is. It makes you think, would you want to live with your parents again, even with those thermostat battles?
That's a tough one. But what I think is really interesting here is how different their personalities are.
Yeah, how so?
Well, Angel's mom says that she's really frugal, but Angel loves to travel and shop.
Oh, that's funny.
I know. So, like, that difference in how they think about spending money could actually teach us something about how parents can support their kids' athletic dreams without, going broke.
That's a good point. Maybe we can learn a thing or two from Angel's mom's money skills.
Definitely.
But fame has a not-so-great side, too.
Yeah, definitely.
And their conversation gets a little more serious when they start talking about the online hate and all the criticism that comes with being famous. It's crazy to think that Angel's been dealing with negative comments online since high school.
Seriously, since high school.
Yeah. It's just wild to think about, being that young and dealing with all that negativity online.
It is. Yeah, and it makes sense that it just blew up even more after she won the championship.
Right. I mean, winning on that level puts you right in the spotlight, good and bad.
Totally. Yeah, it's kind of like a double-edged sword,
It is.
You achieve this amazing dream, and then suddenly everyone's got an opinion about you.
Exactly.
You really start to think about the effects of social media on young athletes.
For sure. And Angel's mom says that it still bothers her when people say things that aren't true about her kids.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, it's that mama bear instinct.
Totally. You just want to protect your kids.
Absolutely. It really makes you think, though, like, if that was your kid, how would you handle it as a parent?
That's a good question. Would you try to, like, fight back against the trolls, or just ignore it all, or try to shield your kid from seeing any of it?
It's a tough one. I don't know.
I don't know either. And Angel's mom says she just uses the block button.
Oh, that's good.
Easy and effective.
Yeah.
But then they bring up this whole situation with the deepfakes.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's scary stuff.
Someone actually created deepfakes of Angel and sent them to her family.
I know, that's crossing a line.
Seriously. It's crazy how technology can be used for such awful things.
It is, and it shows that you can't just brush off online hate like it's nothing.
Right.
I mean, it can have a huge impact on people.
And this is where their conversation about Angel transferring to LSU gets really interesting.
Oh yeah, why'd she leave Maryland?
Well, remember, she was like a star player there.
Right.
Her brother was playing there. Her family had all these ties to the school. So why go to LSU?
Yeah.
Well, Angel's mom says she was a little hesitant at first.
I bet. I mean, she's a Maryland girl through and through.
Exactly. And she even questioned if LSU was the right fit.
But Angel was so determined, like she just knew what she wanted.
It's pretty awesome, actually. It shows a lot of trust between a mother and daughter, you know.
It does.
Angel's mom knew when to step back and let her make her own choices, even if it meant facing some uncertainty and maybe even backlash.
That's a great point. And it wasn't just like a random decision.
Oh, no.
Angel had really thought it through. Like, she knew what she was looking for in a program.
And she was ready to bet on herself.
I love that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny how even with all that planning, there was still a little bit of drama.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
She decided to enter the transfer portal without telling her family.
Can you imagine? Her mom's phone just starts blowing up with calls and messages.
Oh my gosh, I bet she was freaking out.
People were like, what's going on?
It's like a scene from a movie.
Totally.
Yeah.
But it just shows how Angel is, you know.
How so?
She's bold. She's decisive. And when she makes up her mind, she goes for it.
Oh, I like that.
And then you see that motherly love kick in again.
Ah.
Despite being totally shocked, Angel's mom just jumped into action.
What does she do?
They packed up a U-Haul and drove 17 hours from Maryland to LSU.
Wow, 17 hours.
17 hours.
That's dedication.
It really is.
Yeah.
And think about that car ride.
Oh my
Like
God.
all those hours together.
It must have been a mix of everything, like excitement and anxiety and probably some arguments about the radio.
Oh, definitely. But it's those moments together, those shared experiences, that make their relationship even stronger.
Yeah, I love that.
And when they finally got to LSU, guess who was there to help them unload the truck?
Ooh.
The coaching staff.
Oh.
Even Coach Mulkey.
Oh, wow.
Talk about feeling welcome, right?
That's awesome.
It must have been such a relief for Angel's mom.
I bet, especially after all the uncertainty.
Exactly. Like, okay, this is really happening. This might actually work out.
And it did.
Oh boy, did it ever.
Angel just totally thrived at LSU.
And of course led them to that incredible championship win.
Don't forget about Angel's mom during those games, though.
Oh yeah, she was a nervous wreck.
She could even sit with the other parents. She was so anxious.
I know. She had all her little game day rituals, like wearing the same clothes and sitting in the same spot and eating the same snacks.
That's so cute.
It's adorable. It's like she was playing right alongside Angel.
I love it. And who can forget that amazing moment when Angel surprised her mom by paying off her mortgage?
Oh my gosh, the tears.
Oh, the shock.
It was the best. It was such a beautiful way for Angel to show how much she appreciated everything her mom had done for her.
For sure. And it also got them talking about work-life balance.
Yeah, because even though Angel gave her mom the financial freedom to retire, her mom still wants to keep busy.
That's interesting.
Maybe focus on Angel's Foundation, which helps kids in underserved communities.
That's awesome.
It really shows that work can be about more than just money.
Absolutely.
It's about finding your purpose, doing something you're passionate about, and making a difference.
Angel's mom is a great example of that. But let's be real, fame has its downsides too.
It does.
The constant attention, the pressure, all the negativity online.
It can be a lot to handle.
Yeah, and that's actually where we'll pick up in part 3.
Angel and her mom get super honest about the challenges of fame and how important it is to stay true to yourself, even when everyone's watching. All right, we are back and ready to jump right back into this conversation between Angel Reese and her mom.
They really don't hold back in this last part.
No, they don't.
It's refreshing to hear, someone be so honest about fame, especially like Angel's mom, who's obviously so protective of her kids.
Right, and she really paints this picture of how much their lives have changed.
Like in what way?
Even like little things like going to the mall.
Oh, yeah.
It's become a huge ordeal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it makes you think about, like,
Oh.
that trade-off with fame, you get recognized and all that.
Yeah, you get all the perks, but
But you lose that sense of normalcy.
totally. Like
Yeah.
just being able to blend in and do normal everyday things.
Exactly. And it's not just Angel who's dealing with this.
Oh, really?
Her mom talks about how her brother Julian has been getting hate online, too.
Oh, man, that's rough.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, it makes you realize that fame doesn't just affect the person, it affects everyone around them, too.
For sure. And it makes you wonder, like, what would you do if your kid suddenly became famous?
Oh, gosh, I don't even know.
Right.
Like, how do you protect them from all of that?
And all the attention. It's a lot.
It is. What's interesting is that a lot of the criticism Angel gets isn't even about basketball.
Yeah, it's true.
It's about her clothes or her wanting to model or even just like her personality.
It's like people want to tell her who to be and what she should be interested in.
Yeah, like put her in a box.
Right.
But she just doesn't care.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah.
She totally embraces being herself.
I love that. It's a good message, especially for young people.
Definitely, like, you don't have to fit in.
Be yourself.
And her mom's all for it.
Oh, good, yeah.
She's like, pursue your passions, control your own story, and don't ever apologize for who you are.
That's awesome.
And they even touch on the whole dating thing.
Oh, yeah. That's always interesting.
Angel's mom is very protective, you can tell. I bet.
She has high standards.
What does she say?
She's like, you got to be self-sufficient, you got to respect the family, and you got to love to travel.
Well, they do travel a lot.
They do. She's not kidding around.
No, she's not.
But, it's all said with love and humor.
Right, but you can tell she's serious.
Yeah, she's looking for someone who can handle all the craziness that comes with dating someone famous.
That makes sense.
But let's not forget about that amazing moment when Angel paid off her mom's mortgage.
Oh, yeah. That was incredible.
Such a powerful gesture.
It really showed their bond.
It did. And it gave her mom the freedom to choose what she wants to do.
Whether that's working with Angel's Foundation or traveling or just relaxing.
Yeah, exactly.
So cool.
And that's really the heart of this whole conversation.
What is?
Even with all the ups and downs, Angel and her mom are still focused on what matters most.
Family.
Family love support. They've learned to navigate the whole fame thing together.
Yeah, they have.
And they've stayed true to themselves.
I love that. So what can we take away from this deep dive?
Let me think.
Well, for me, it's a good reminder that behind all the headlines and all the hype, there are real people.
Real families.
With real families dealing with real stuff.
Angel might be this basketball superstar.
Yeah.
But she's also a daughter, a sister, a friend.
Right.
Her story reminds us about the power of family and how important it is to be resilient and to be yourself.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks.
So if you want to hear this whole conversation,
And you should.
head over to Angel's YouTube channel.
You might even find some new sponsors you like.
You never know.
Uh-huh.
But that's it for this deep dive.
This is a good one.
We'll catch you next time.